Japan played a significant role in World War II. The country was part of the Axis powers alongside Germany and Italy. They aimed to expand their empire across Asia and the Pacific. This ambition led to numerous conflicts and atrocities. Japan's military strategy was aggressive. They invaded China, Southeast Asia, and the Pacific Islands. Their actions were often brutal and inhumane. These actions left a dark stain on history. The Japanese government and military leaders justified their actions. They believed in the superiority of the Japanese race. This belief led to extreme measures and widespread suffering. The impact of their actions is still felt today. The Rape of Nanking is one of the most horrific events in history. In 1937, Japanese troops captured Nanking, the capital of China. What followed was 6 weeks of terror. The soldiers committed unspeakable atrocities. Over 300,000 Chinese civilians and disarmed soldiers were killed. The brutality was unimaginable. People were shot, stabbed, and burned alive. The soldiers showed no mercy. Women and children were not spared. Rape was used as a weapon of war. An estimated 20,000 to 80,000 women were sexually assaulted. The soldiers acted with impunity. The city was left in ruins. The physical and psychological scars remain to this day. Unit 731 was a covert biological and chemical warfare research unit. It operated under the guise of a water purification unit. The true nature of its work was far more sinister. Thousands of people were subjected to gruesome experiments. Prisoners, including Chinese civilians and POWs, were used as test subjects. They were exposed to diseases like plague and anthrax. Many were dissected alive. The experiments aimed to develop biological weapons. The horrors of Unit 731 were kept secret for many years. The doctors and scientists involved faced little to no punishment. The victims, however, suffered immensely. Their stories are a chilling reminder of the depths of human cruelty. Comfort women were women and girls forced into sexual slavery. The Japanese military established brothels across Asia. Korean women were among the most affected. They were coerced, kidnapped, or deceived into service. These women faced daily abuse. They were raped multiple times a day by soldiers. The conditions were deplorable. Many suffered from diseases, malnutrition, and psychological trauma. Their plight was ignored for decades. The exact number of comfort women remains unknown. Estimates range from tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands. The survivors have sought recognition and justice. Their courage in speaking out has shed light on this dark chapter. Section 5. Forced labor, the chains of war. Forced labor was a common practice during Japan's occupation. Millions of people were enslaved. They were made to work in mines, factories, and construction projects. The conditions were harsh and dangerous. Koreans, Chinese, and POWs were the main victims. They were subjected to long hours and brutal treatment. Many died from overwork, malnutrition, and abuse. The labor camps were places of immense suffering. The use of forced labor was a war crime. Japan exploited these people for their war effort. The survivors carried the scars for the rest of their lives. Their resilience in the face of such adversity is remarkable. Section 6. Bombings and wartime atrocities, a reign of terror. This chapter delves into the harrowing experiences faced by countless civilians during the relentless bombings of World War II. Japan's military strategy involved extensive bombings. Cities across Asia were targeted with precision and brutality. The aim was not just to destroy infrastructure, but to break the spirit of the people. The bombings caused widespread destruction and loss of life. Civilians were the primary victims, caught in the crossfire of a war they had no part in. The aim was to instill fear and chaos, to make the populace feel helpless and overwhelmed. In China, cities like Chongqing faced relentless air raids. Thousands of civilians died, and many more were left homeless and destitute. The city was bombed repeatedly, with little regard for human life. The bombings destroyed homes, schools, and hospitals. The psychological impact was profound. People lived in constant fear, never knowing when the next bomb would fall. The destruction of essential services made daily life a struggle for survival. The bombings were part of a broader strategy of terror. Japan used various means to subjugate and control occupied territories. This included not only bombings, but also other forms of psychological warfare and brutal tactics. The suffering inflicted on innocent people was immense. Families were torn apart and communities were shattered. The legacy of these actions is a somber reminder of the horrors of war, a testament to the resilience of those who endured such unimaginable hardships. Section 7. Statistical data. Quantifying the pain. In this section we delve into the harrowing numbers that attempt to capture the immense suffering caused by Japan's wartime actions. The scale of Japan's wartime atrocities is staggering, leaving an indelible mark on history and humanity. The Rape of Nanking resulted in over 300,000 deaths, a brutal chapter that still haunts the memories of survivors and their descendants. Unit 731's experiments claimed thousands of lives, with inhumane medical procedures that defy comprehension. The number of comfort women is estimated to be between 50,000 to 200,000. Forced labor affected millions, tearing families apart and subjecting individuals to unimaginable hardships. In Korea alone, around 670,000 people were conscripted, forced into labor under dire conditions. The bombings in China caused tens of thousands of civilian casualties, leaving cities in ruins and communities shattered. These numbers highlight the vast human cost of Japan's actions, a grim reminder of the war's devastating impact. The statistics only tell part of the story. Behind each number lies a personal tragedy, a family torn apart, a future stolen. Each number represents a life lost or irreparably damaged, a story of pain and resilience. The true extent of the suffering is immeasurable, transcending the cold figures and charts. The historical records serve as a testament to the victims' experiences, ensuring that their stories are not forgotten and that the lessons of the past are remembered. Section 8. The impact on history and humanity. The atrocities committed by Japan during World War II had a profound impact. They changed the course of history. The events highlighted the depths of human cruelty. They also underscored the need for justice and accountability. The international community responded. War crimes tribunals were established. The Tokyo trials prosecuted key military and political leaders. However, many perpetrators escaped justice. The survivors' voices were often marginalized. The impact on humanity is enduring. The stories of the victims serve as a warning. They remind us of the importance of human rights and dignity. The lessons from this dark period are crucial for future generations. Section 9. Reflections on accountability and remembrance. This chapter delves into the importance of facing the past with honesty and integrity. Accountability for wartime atrocities is essential. It ensures that justice is served and that those who suffered are recognized. It also helps in healing and reconciliation. By acknowledging the pain and suffering caused, communities can begin to rebuild trust. Japan has faced criticism for its handling of this issue. Many believe that the country has not done enough to address its wartime actions. Efforts to remember the victims are ongoing. Memorials and ceremonies serve as poignant reminders of the lives lost. Memorials, museums, and educational programs play a vital role. They provide a space for reflection and learning. They keep the memories alive. Each name on a plaque, each flower laid at a memorial, is a testament to the enduring impact of history. The survivors' stories are a powerful testament. Their first-hand accounts provide invaluable insights into the realities of war. Remembering their suffering is a way to honor them. It is a solemn duty to ensure that their sacrifices are not in vain. Section 10. Conclusion. Learning from the past. Japan's darkest moments in World War II are a stark reminder. They show the consequences of unchecked power and prejudice. The atrocities committed left deep scars. The impact is still felt by the victims and their descendants. Learning from the past is crucial. It helps us build a better future. A future where human rights are respected, a future where justice prevails, a future where the horrors of war are not repeated. The journey of remembrance and accountability continues. It is a collective responsibility. By acknowledging the past, we honor the victims. We also pave the way for a more just and humane world.